Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to think about something that we all encounter at some point in our lives. The unsettling realization that comes when you realize something or someone that once felt permanent is now lost. It's a bitter pill, one that many of us are forced to swallow at some point. The feeling of regret, the kind that leaves you gasping for air, as if something heavy is pressing down on your chest. But here's the thing about regret. It doesn't always come rushing in all at once. No, it creeps in slowly, slipping through the cracks of your consciousness until one day you wake up and realize that nothing is ever going to be the same again. In this story, you're not the one left behind. No, you've moved forward. And now, you're watching as someone else sits in the aftermath of their own choices. Someone who thought they had all the time in the world. Someone who thought they could push you away, treat you poorly, and that you would always come back for more. But you didn't. And that, my friends, is where the real shift begins. You remember those days, don't you? The moments when they thought they had the upper hand. They took you for granted, didn't they? They thought you'd always be there, always available, always forgiving, always patient. They tested the limits of your kindness, pushing you to the edge, thinking that your heart was infinite, that your love was a never-ending well they could draw from without consequence. But here's where they got it wrong. They misjudged you. They mistook your kindness for weakness, your loyalty for something they could take advantage of. They thought that because you had been there for them, time after time, that they could keep you in their lives, keep testing you, and there would always be more to give. But there comes a point when even the most generous soul runs dry. And that's when you walked away. You didn't make a scene. You didn't throw a tantrum. No, you simply stepped back. You created a space between you and the chaos they tried to stir up. You removed yourself from the drama, the manipulation, and the emotional games. And when you did that, something profound happened. You took control. You realized that the power was never in their hands to begin with. Now, here they are, sitting alone, no longer able to ignore the silence you left behind. It's deafening, isn't it? The absence of your presence, the emptiness in the spaces where you once stood. At first, they might have brushed it off. They probably thought, oh, they'll come back. They always do. But slowly, they began to feel the weight of their own actions pressing down on them. Each passing day, each new silence, made it harder to deny the truth. You're really gone. They replay those last conversations in their heads over and over again, wondering where things went wrong. What did they do? What did they say? And in that moment, the cruelest part of all sets in. They know. They know that they let you slip through their fingers. They know that they had something special and they threw it away. But what's worse is that there's no way to take it back. There's no rewind button, no magic words that can undo the hurt. They're sitting there now, wondering if they could have done things differently. But the truth is, they couldn't. They had their chance, and they squandered it. They chose their pride, their ego, and their toxic patterns over something real, something genuine. Regret is a funny thing, isn't it? It doesn't just show up one day, all at once. No, it builds. It builds over time, like a cloud that darkens the sky, inching its way toward you, until it finally bursts open and drenches you in its sorrow. At first, they might have tried to ignore it, distracted themselves with other things, work, friends, anything to drown out the gnawing voice in the back of their mind. But as the days turn into weeks, they start to realize, this time, it's different. This time, they're really gone. And that realization is cold. It's like a chill that settles in your bones, and it doesn't go away. The regret settles in, slowly but surely, wrapping itself around them like an inescapable ghost. Every corner of their mind is filled with thoughts of you. What could have been? What should have been? Why didn't they appreciate you when they had the chance? They'll wonder about every word they said, every little insult, every time they dismissed your feelings or belittled your love. And with each passing memory, the regret grows heavier. It fills them with a hollowness they can't shake. They might try to replace you, find someone else to fill the void, but it's no use. They can try all they want, but deep down, they know that no one will ever compare to you. They can try to bury it under distractions or new faces, but they'll never escape the emptiness. But while they sit in their regret, you're moving forward. You've stepped into the light of a new chapter. You've rediscovered yourself. You're no longer bound by the chains of someone else's choices. They thought they could make you feel small, that they could make you question your worth. But here you are, stronger, wiser, and free. What they failed to understand was that your value was never tied to their approval. It was never defined by their mistreatment. You are more than what they saw in you. And now, you're seeing that truth. You're seeing that the world is so much bigger than their little bubble of disrespect and manipulation. You're building a life, brick by brick, founded on your own self-worth. You've learned the power of walking away, the freedom in choosing yourself, and the strength in knowing when enough is enough. And you're realizing something incredible. Your happiness is yours to create. Your peace is yours to protect. And you're no longer letting anyone take that from you. They never understood what they had until it was gone. But you understand now. You understand your own power, your own worth, and you will never again allow someone to take you for granted. They might try to reach out, might try to apologize, but by the time they realize what they've lost, it's too late. The bridge is burned, the door is closed, and the thing is, you're okay with that, because you've learned that some things are irreplaceable, and sometimes you have to let go to make space for something better, something real. They can keep asking themselves, what if? But the truth is, what ifs are useless. The past is gone, the damage is done, and they're left with the haunting truth that they let the best thing they had slip through their fingers. You've already moved on, but they will sit with this for a long time. The silence will echo in their ears. The regrets will haunt them every single day. And as the days stretch on, the weight of it will only deepen. They will feel it in every quiet moment, in every empty space, and they will never forget the blessing they let slip away. Regret isn't something that just fades with time. No, it lingers. It hangs around, like an unwanted guest, reminding them of what they had and lost. It's an ache that never quite goes away, and they will carry it with them forever. And here's the beautiful thing. You've learned the most important lesson of all. You've learned that the real power doesn't lie in holding on. It lies in walking away. It lies in knowing when enough is enough, and in choosing to protect your peace, your heart, your soul. You've learned that your worth is not up for negotiation, and that, my friends, is something they will never fully understand. Because while they sit in their regret, trying to find solace in the remnants of what they lost, you're out there building a future. You're out there becoming the best version of yourself. And when they look back, all they'll have is the knowledge that they let something priceless slip away. And that, my friends, is the real tragedy. So let them sit in that silence. Let them drown in their own regret. Because sometimes, the only way people truly learn is by losing something they can never get back. And that lesson will stay with them for the rest of their lives. If you're looking for more content on self-growth, healing, and finding strength in difficult times, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I've got a lot more empowering content coming your way, and I'd love to have you join this amazing community. Take care, and remember, you're irreplaceable. See you in the next video.